All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's great to see you all here. My name is Matthew Claw, and I work for the Intertribal Agriculture Council as the Navajo Region Technical Assistant Specialist. It's been a wonderful year and several months now working for the organization, and we're so excited to bring you all these opportunities. Even though we're living in trying and challenging times, there's certainly plenty of opportunity and adversity. So with that being said, let's make our way around the table, and we'll start with Azalea.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Azalea Yazi. I'm Blackfeet and Navajo, and I also work for the Intertribal Agriculture Council as one of the leadership development specialists. Um, so basically, we work with Native youth all over Indian country and give them different resources and tools to help them in their communities revitalize their food systems.
Thank you, Azalea. Go ahead, Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan Cornelius. I cover the Great Lakes region for IAC, member of Oneida Nation, and I've done quite a bit of work with youth over the years with our regional Great Lakes Intertribal Youth Summit, and I've done some other work across the country as well.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you all for joining us once again. If you're just now hopping on, we introduced everyone, and now we'll jump right into the material. So Azalea, why don't you go ahead and get us started with the updates for IAC youth programming right now in 2020.
Yeah, so for 2020, obviously due to COVID, we're gonna have no in-person meetings. I think I reinstated that in one of our online Native youth meetings. And so basically, we're gonna have modified versions of our annual youth conference, which typically would be held in Vegas in December. So it'll be more of an online learning platform. And the essay contest and everything will still be in the youth conference. It'll just obviously be a different vibe this year. And we'll also still be doing other online meetings, regional meetings, and we're working on developing more online curriculum to spread around Indian country for youth to gain access to. But as for the youth conference, we would really appreciate if you would send us your feedback and maybe helping us developing the youth conference or other elements of the youth programming. And then sort of relating it back to our youth survey. So a couple weeks ago, we released a youth survey just to get feedback from the youth on how they're doing and how their community is doing during this COVID and how they're being impacted and how that is also impacting their food sources and their food systems. So this survey is still going on until July 12th. So you still have a couple more days to get in your feedback. And then we also were doing a weekly drawing for a $50 weekly gift card. So this is the last week that you guys can participate in order to qualify for that $50 gift card if you're selected. And then you also just get a free t-shirt for even participating. So that deadline is July 12th. And we encourage you to share that on Facebook as well, just to reach more youth and get them more active, so we can get more feedback and learn how we can adjust our programming with COVID and the limited resources that we all have. And then a following update is our scholarship update. So I believe the scholarships have been closed and they have been in the reviewing process, and they will be announced, I believe, sometime early next week. So the youth will get notified whether they've qualified for the scholarship program, and they will go from there. Um, and then we also launched the Youth Challenge update, which was also a couple weeks ago, where youth were encouraged to post a 5-minute video on our Facebook page and just sort of give a rundown about their different food sources and answer the question of how the pandemic is affecting them and their community. Or no, the question was how is agriculture helping you and your community get through the pandemic? So we have a couple submissions, I believe last week, and so those submissions will be reviewed and hopefully we'll get out some cool prizes. So we had some cooking paddles, we had some baskets, and then also just some gift cards for you to use. And then we also had the Indigenous Food and Agriculture Initiative Summit start a couple days ago with good youth participation. So I know that is still going on this week. And it's mainly our other leadership development specialist who's been working with IFAI and developing that online platform and getting the youth participating. So that is still going on. And then we also have our Native Youth Food Sovereignty Alliance board. So for that board, we have a representative for each of the BIA regions. And currently we have 2 positions open. So that'll be the Alaska region and the Southwest region. And hopefully we'll get those applications circulating within the next week. And those applications will probably be open for a month. And it's a simple application process. It'll be a Google form. So we would appreciate it if you could circulate those applications as well through any social media just to get the youth notified and those positions to be filled. And that board basically entails monthly board meetings and check-ins and representing your region as well. And then lastly, for the youth programming update, we have the patch program idea, or basically a youth brand ambassador. So we would be hopefully selecting some of our young professionals to be a youth brand ambassador and basically just help promote our programming and help us spread the word of our programming and help us advertise a little bit more so we can reach more and more youth. So hopefully we would be able to do that soon. And basically a requirement would just be to keep their own social media clean and participate in virtual meetings so they can receive some social media outreach strategies such as like posts or creating videos or hashtags or maybe like new challenges that we've been promoting and such. So it's a great way to get the youth connected and learn more professional development skills such as social media and how to look professional on their social media essentially. So with that, we'll be sending out a questionnaire just to get some more feedback and see how you guys would be interested in this patch program idea. And then we're also, hopefully during this meeting, we can do an open discussion just to get some more feedback as well. Matt, did you have anything to add with that patch program idea, or?
Sure. Yeah, I'll add a couple of things. So the discussion is wide open. Please leave us a comment and let's keep this dialogue going, okay, for everyone that's watching us. But yeah, the patch program, I mean, imagine this, just being paid to do something that you already do. You get on the phone or your smartphones, tablets, whatever it may be, You post your updates on whether it be Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. And basically, yeah, we pay you to help promote us. I mean, that's it. That's all there is to it. And if you're like a rodeo athlete, or you show livestock, or you have any other opportunities where you're in the public eye, then by all means, we'll even work up a deal where we can send you some merch, send you the logo, be proud to wear our logo, and we're proud to have you on the team. So it's a real exciting program. I'm looking forward to working with Azalea to help launch. And there's no better opportunity to get started in your professional development skills than right here with us at the IAC. So really great program. I'm looking forward to helping develop. And before we go any further, Dan, do you have any other input for the youth programming thus far?
Well, the only thing I'll say, and I'm just about to lose service here, I'm dropping down the river valley, but I'm just getting up to Blackfeet right now, and I'm picking up my son. And normally today is the fair, and it's, of course it's not happening. And so, what other opportunities are out there to keep people connected, highlight what's going on? I think it's exciting with this patch program of just trying to find some ways through this pandemic to keep those connections going. So I think it's exciting.
Thank you, Dan. We appreciate your time here with us, and of course for the input as well. So yeah, that's basically it. We'll put the interest out there just like we would for the essay contest or renewal period. All that'll be right around that same time frame there during our annual conference in December. Of course, this year everything's going to be virtual for the time being, but we'll get there. We'll get over that hill, and we'll certainly navigate those waters and prosper together here in the very near future. But now to kind of get to my portion of the updates and stuff, we'll immediately begin talking about the IAC producer survey. So basically all you have to do is go on our website to www.indianag.org. Once again, that is www.indianag.org, and I will share my screen so everybody can see right now. As you can see, it's right up there in the box. So you'll go over to the COVID-19 tab. You'll click Take a Survey. That brings you right here to our surveys page. Here's the informational video about why it's important, but the proof is in the pudding right here, because not only do you have access to surveys depending on where you best fit, but you can also view the results, the preliminary results, live as they're coming in. So basically just click on whatever best applies to you. And I assume, Azalea, the youth one is on the youth page?
I believe so. If not, it is definitely on our Facebook page. Everything that I said is on our Facebook page.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so for the youth page or for the youth survey, you'll go right to the IAC Facebook page, and you can find the survey links there. No problem. But that's what we have here for our survey updates. They are extremely important. We certainly hope that you take some valuable time out of your day to consider, what we have going on here. So we do have a question that came in just now from Ashley saying, can high school students partake in being a brand ambassador? Absolutely. Just, hang on with us and we'll get those details published. And you can certainly become one of our foundational participants. So thank you for your question. And of course, again, all questions are currently being accepted right now. I mean, just, keep the dialogue coming. Any ideas that you have, in fact, for the patch program, just please send it our way and we'll certainly take it all into consideration. So, going back to the survey stuff, winners in all regions. Everybody's a winner, no doubt. And of course, the Intertribal Agriculture Council is a winner on your behalf as well when we have that data there that's absolutely necessary for promoting or developing agriculture policy that affects everyone across Indian country, not just Indian country, but agriculture producers as a whole. Next topic here is our podcast. So if you haven't already taken a chance or had the opportunity to go to your podcast app, your favorite podcast app, type in resiliency through agriculture, and that'll take you right to our podcast stuff. We have plenty of episodes there for you to catch up on. Our first series was a Meet the Staff series, so you get to hear from all of our wonderful staff members. From there, we've dived into the American Indian Foods Program and talking into a lot of our wonderful agricultural producers who carry our trademark. So there's plenty of things happening there right now. Here in the very near future, we'll be talking to some other folks who are involved or are allies with the IAC, and you'll get to hear some different perspectives from there as well. But the one thing I really want to stress is there's positive messages for you all as the youth in every single episode that we put out there in the Resiliency Through Agriculture podcast. So take a listen and you'll certainly become inspired, or whatever direction that you may be wanting to go, there's a message in there for you as well. And of course, if you want to request a certain episode to be made, maybe you know of somebody who needs to have their voice heard through our platform, by all means, reach out to us. My email is podcast@indianag.org. So just send an email there to podcast@indianag.org. We'll be sure to look up those folks and get an episode for you put together. Last thing on the podcast there is we have from our Intertribal Food Summit panel presentation that you would normally see at a conference, but we decided to turn that into a podcast featuring Zachary Aylberry, Cole Fitzpatrick, and myself, and we talk about the preliminary adaptations in youth programming there, so we can explain that much further into detail than we could go right now, so we don't waste any of your precious time. Next topic that I have here is the Resiliency Through Agriculture Professional Development Month. So the RTA month there, we're looking at launching that in August. So we want to go in and talk about reintroducing everybody to our mission areas in case those of you who are not entirely familiar with that. We begin to discuss stories, so plenty of success stories and unique stories out there in Indian country with regards to resiliency through agriculture. We're going to keep harping on the podcast, and we're going to even now move more forward in applying for social media features. So for those of you out there who want to be featured as someone who is resilient through agriculture, then by all means, please reach out to us, and we will find a solution there that best fits you and your operation, and we'll get you featured here on the national level, and we'd certainly be more than happy to do that. And of course, given it's the Professional Development Month, of course, that is targeted to you all, the youth. Last topic we're looking at here is the 4-H and FFA stuff. So basically, as you are pretty well aware, in most states, a lot of the in-person interactions has been called off, and it's hard to say, in terms of the outlook of what that's going to be here in the very near future, because it varies from state to state, depending on even an FFA, the school district protocols, state mandates, whatever it may be. If you have any questions or need any assistance in your projects, your, what do they call whatever they do in FFA, but basically anything that requires any assistance in terms of professional development with your projects, like how to shear, all the little how-tos and making your project a success, please reach out to us once again, and we'll put you in contact with somebody who can help you out. And that's what we're there for, is to, keep the networks going, keep the bridges being built, and we'll be happy to help you out there. So from there, of course, we want to continue to ask you for feedback. I mean, that's basically what we run on there. We don't know exactly what you want unless you tell us. So by all means, please make that happen. A question that we have coming in here is, how is IAC connecting with the 300,000 K-12 urban native students? So right now, in terms of our capacity, what we're doing is we're currently engaging with agricultural teachers across all of the various regions. So if your K-12, or mostly at this point, high schools have a an agricultural program, then that's where all of us in the IAC currently engage in the general population in terms of students. So what we need to do now moving forward is to continue to engage not just agricultural teachers, but our partners there with the federally recognized tribal extension program, cooperative extension at the land grant universities, and we'll see what they're doing in terms of providing direct outreach for students in K-12, because 4-H and cooperative extension has much broader reach than the 12 of us here at the IAC and in the ITAN network. So what I'm looking for there is hopefully to be able to re-engage with those folks and have these people give us a plug when they go and do their outreach to the directly to the students there in the K-12 region. So that's what I'm looking at there and further developing that deal. Yes, sir.
Could I add something onto that one? We have with our IAC e-learning platform. It's on it's a platform called Mighty Networks. You can go to mightynetworks.com and just search for Intertribal Agriculture Council or download the free app on your phone. We have, with the virtual Intertribal Food Summit we just did, we've got some sessions on there on seed keeping, really how do you start a garden. Great content if you're in an urban area and are looking to get into gardening, and we're building more content out on that e-learning platform. So I think that's a great resource for helping to support some of those urban native youth. And we'll be having more content going up on there. If you have, same thing, if you have like the podcasts, if you have requests or suggestions, we're happy to work with you and focus on building out more content to better meet your needs.
Hey, thank you so much, Dan. I was actually getting ready to promote the heck out of that for you there, but definitely our online university is one in a million. The only one out there in the world, in fact, that's dedicated to Indian agriculture. So yes, absolutely. Any requests that you may have for a workshop, whether again it be from a certain technique in terms of the techniques of seed keeping to practical things like livestock nutrition, whatever, anything and all that you can think of, even when it comes to food demonstrations, we can reach out to those individuals with the expertise and we can get that content created. And it'll be accessible for you 24/7, 365 days a year on our Mighty Networks platform. Dan, what is a link for folks to go to that?
So if you go to the main IAC webpage, indianag.org/learn, you got the link right there, the direct link.
Perfect.
And we should be able to get it pasted into the chat box here too.
Great stuff. Hey, thank you, Dan. We appreciate that. So that's all we have for you there. Unless anybody has any other questions, please drop us a comment. We love to hear your comments. And what we'll do in return for a comment is send you a t-shirt. We have all these Resiliency Through Agriculture t-shirts right up in our storage deal. So by all means, please leave a comment. We'll get in contact with you and we'll get a t-shirt sent your way. Azalea, do you have anything else for the folks?
No, I would just say be on the lookout for all of our updates on our youth page and our regular IAC Facebook.
Great. So the one last link that we have here, of course, if you want to access the current workshops available, you just go to our website there, www.indianag.org/learn. Once again, that is indianag.org/learn. And let's see, we have Ashley here who's working for the Native American Fish and Wildlife Society. I'm hoping we can talk about a possible partnership. Absolutely. We are constantly building out partnerships and allies all across the agricultural sector. Yesterday, we just worked on one with the folks at Farmers Footprint there out of California. So definitely reach out to us. My email is matthew@indianag.org, MATTHEW @indianag.org. Of course, the email there for Azalea if you want to give your email. And Dan, you can let folks know how to contact you as well. Go ahead and do that.
Yeah, so my email is just azalea@indianag.org as well. So AZELYA@indianag.org. And yeah, they're all posted in the chat.
Okay, and Dan's email, of course, is Dan, D-A-N, @indianag.org. And if you're joining us on the Zoom webinar, our emails are right there in the chat box. We'll see if our admin there can get that posted up on our Facebook Live feed as well. And that's all we have there, unless anybody else has any further questions. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you again here in the very near future. Don't forget, take the surveys, explore our website, leave a like, leave a comment, and we'll get right back with you, get you some wonderful resiliency through agriculture material, promotional material. Thank you, guys.